Hello, and welcome to the end of the month, which means that it's also the beginning of a new month, which means that I finished another month of reading manga. Yes, that's right. This is a manga log for the month of April. Yeah, that's about it. So, April wasn't too crazy for most things, and it was kind of relaxing. I did read a lot on the weekends and didn't really read during the week. I just didn't feel like it. And, had a decent amount of reading as well as, just plucking along on things that I need to, get around to. But, yeah, I was going to say there was some other stuff, but no, April was kind of calm, which I'm happy with. I'm fine with. I need more months like that, actually. So, on to what I read and all the different numbers and thingamajigs. Anyways, on to the numbers. Manga volumes, 41, comics, 0, and finished 2. Though I will say with the finished, I will in that segment, which is the one coming up, I will at the very beginning talk about one that I finally got around to reading, and it's not technically finished, but I feel like it is the perfect place to put it. So, let's just get into what I finished in the month of April. Alright, on to series that I have finished. Then again, like I said, this first one, being 2, but I want to put this one in this section because I feel like I should talk about it. And, I know it's going to be continuing, and I just feel like I should talk about it here and then at a later point do an entire video on it. But right now I feel like just talking about the final volume of Berserk that Kentaro Miura wrote and drew. When I first started reading Berserk, I never thought that I would feel the emotions that I have felt. I never thought that would become one of my favorite series to the point where I got a tattoo of, the Dragon Slayer and the Brand of Sacrifice on my arm. I never thought that it would change my life the way it did. And this is the final volume that Kentaro Miura drew, wrote, and I didn't think that, if you were to read this and not know that the author, the mangaka, had died, I don't think you might have had the same reaction. But oh man, I cried. I didn't think I was going to cry, but then I cried, and I just have no other words. I am excited to see where they go from here, now that they are continuing on. And yeah, you will be missed, Kentaro Miura. You will be missed, and you have left a lasting memory on millions of people. So, thank you. Anyways, I wanted to just put that there because, I finally got around to catching up with Berserk, and it just felt like the good place to put it. Alright, on to something that isn't as heavy, isn't as life-changing. The other 2 series that I finished, which again, Berserk hasn't finished, but this just seems like a perfect spot to put it. And then the first one, Whiplash, from Berserk to Failed Princesses. This is a 6-volume series that I have finished. It was pretty good. A lot of ups and downs, and a lot of just fucking talk to each other and sort out your own feelings. That's how I think most romance goes, and it just happens a lot to the point where I'm just like, I get it. I know what's going to happen. They're eventually going to confess and, move on and be happy together. It's great. It's lovely. They both finally do that by the time that they get to, I think, whatever. I can't remember the exact grade that they're in, but both of these lovely ladies finally get together by the end, which is happy. And, it took a while, but we got there. So, yeah. Each of the volumes cost $12.99, so pretty short, 6 volumes, and pretty solid romance. Lots of ups, lots of downs, and a lot of trying to figure out your own feelings in your life. So, from there, we have one that, again, Whiplash, from, a Yuri romance to action with a lot of cyberpunk feelings. Yep, this is No Guns, No Life. This one is a very interesting story with 13 volumes, each being priced at $12.99, and it is really good, like really solid. I randomly picked up this series because I was like, what the fuck is going on with that cover? And what the fuck kind of name is No Gun, No Life? No Guns, No Life. No, there's no part. I am thinking of No Game, No Life, but No Guns, Life. There we go. I finally got it right. But it was very interesting. It had a lot of different philosophical type of times where it's like, how do you treat someone that has been so heavily modified to the point where they are just a living weapon, as well as, these different modifications that technically are bringing, a better sort of society to people that are unable to live normal lives at points. And it's really good. Also, it has that cyberpunk feel where the evil corporation is, wait for it, evil. And yeah, a lot of interesting sort of situations with the different mechanized people in it. It's all in all pretty good. It's only 13 volumes, and I feel like the story that it told didn't need any more, and it might have felt a little rushed at the end, but at the same time, I feel like it did a pretty solid landing. Just felt maybe 1 or 2 more chapters, maybe, and I think it would have really, really shined. But for what it is, it's really good for those, last moments of everything happening. So, yeah. No Guns Life, pretty good. And these were the 2 I finished, and I just really wanted to talk about the last volume of Berserk that Kintaro Miura wrote. So, let's get on to the series that I started. Alright, on to the series that I started, which was only 4. And one of them I can only really talk about, and that's about it, because it's spicy. And most of them were Yuri. It just so happened to be that's how I bought my manga that time. Anyways, on to the first one, which was The Summer You Were There. This one's pretty interesting. It's a Yuri, like I said. So essentially, this lovely lady right there, I'm gonna mispronounce Shizuku? Shizuku. Probably something like that. She wrote a book, and she was just going to end it right there. She had some past problems and all that, and she has depression, essentially. A lot of depressions. But then this lovely lady right there, who is named Kaori, is like, hey, I read your book. It's great. Want a date? And it goes from there, and out over the summer they start dating, and I don't know where the story's going to go, because they're only going to be dating for the summer. So I don't know what's happening. And then there was a big revelation at the very end of the first volume that I'm interested to see where it goes. So yeah, really solid. Don't know how many volumes it is, though, based off of how usually this sort of series type of thing goes. Probably, you're just throwing out a guess, maybe 3 volumes. Probably it could go to 5, but more than likely this will be only a 3-volume series. So I'm just throwing that out there. Probably will be that, because that's how it usually goes. I think that they're going to be longer, and then it's really short. So yeah, The Summer You Were There. Really wholesome at points. On to something that sort of is wholesome, but I can't really talk about anything else or show anything else, and you'll understand why with the title of Asumi-chan is interested in lesbian brothels. That's it. I can't show you anything in this book, because if you know the title, you'll understand why. I'm just going to put that there. Essentially, the main girl, Asumi-chan, fell in love with this slightly older girl by 3 years, and then they never got to meet after they shared their first kiss. And now that they're both adults, she's trying to meet her again, but can't find her. And then one of her friends says, "Oh yeah, that girl looks familiar. I met her in a brothel." And she's like, "Wait, what?" So she then is like, "Okay, I can find her by going to the brothels to try and find her." And yeah, that's the entire story. It's real steamy. They have the boom, if you know what I mean. And she's just going through trying to find the girl that she fell in love with. Yeah, I can't say anything more. And yeah, if you want to see that, it's the volumes. You can find it. That's all I can say. All right, on to something a little bit different, and the one you read that I didn't buy, and one that I thought was going to be longer when I first heard about it, but then it got canceled too soon. Why? Shonen Jump? Why? Because it's the Hunters Guild Red Hood. This one I was interested in when I first heard it. I was like, oh cool, it's sort of like, you know, Red Riding Hood and these different you know, hunting these werewolves and all these other things and having weird cool powers and all this other things, and I find that interesting. And then it gets canceled before it even gets ported over to the US. And I'm like, why? This seemed cool. This seemed like interesting. Why? I like, the third volume is out, and that's the end of the series. I will probably buy it, and then, you know, several months from now, I'll talk about it and be like, this should have been longer. This should have been a series that went longer. Why? Weird, you know, fucking werewolves that believe in Valhalla? Cool. The Cinderella is a witch that's helping the werewolves? That sounds cool. Like, the different mysteries about this kid over here. Like, that's crazy. Who's this woman? You know, what's her backstory and all that? I would want more of this. Shonen Jump, I would want to read more of this. But you canceled it. So what now? Just, I read those 3 volumes and it's over? Like, fuck you. Come on. This was a very interesting concept, and it's like, fucking, it ends before it really begins. Like, they're on the like weird moving fortress to the actual like main fortress, and it just ends. I know that because I read the back of it. I'm just like, why though? Why? Shonen Jump sometimes cancels series way too soon, and I find that to be fucking annoying. Because maybe people in Japan don't like it that much, but other people around the world will absolutely, positively eat that shit up. Ugh. Yeah, there's 3 volumes for this series. If you want to read it and be mad that they canceled it, go ahead, read it. I'm going to do that. What the fuck, Shonen Jump? Oh, yeah. And then the last series that I started new this month, one that also made me angry for different reasons, because of the dude. This is a Yuri, by the way, and that's Run Away With Me, Girl. So, premise. This lovely lady, she loves this lovely lady. In high school, they dated until they graduated, in which Midori broke up with Maki. So Midori broke up with Maki, saying like they needed to grow up and all that, which is stupid. But then again, that was probably around the time where being gay wasn't really seen as a good thing. So, understandable, but at the same time, stupid. They eventually move on with their lives and never meet up again, or so you think, until 10 years later, where she runs into her at her work, who is like a nurse type of deal at a clinic, and turns out she's married and is about to, well, not married, she's going to get married and has a kid with the worst man ever. I fucking hate this dude. I hate him. And she sees all the red flags and is like, yo, he's just putting you down. Yo, I fucking hate him. Run away with me. Get out of that toxic ass relationship. Fucking go away from that fucking limp dick motherfucker. Cause I hate him. I hate him. I fucking hate him. I hate this dude. This dude, I hate him. Like, you will hate this motherfucker right away. Because he puts her down, he fucking beats her, and he fucking manipulates her to have unprotected intercourse, and then is like, we should get married because, fuck you, you fucking asshole. I want to punch him in the face. Oh, I want the two lovely leading ladies to get away from that man and him to be forever thrown away, because my god, he's like, the best term for it, the best term is he's a fucking incel. Like, him. I hate him. I hate the dude. I hate him. Just, you will hate him. I hated him. He deserves to be burned in the fire. There, I said it. He's going to be thrown in the fire. After being punched and fucking kicked in the dick. I fucking hate this dude. I fucking hate him. I fucking hate him. I hate him. So, that's the end of that. Before I go on for another 20 minutes of just being like, I hate him. These were the 4 I started. I'm really angry about the dude in this, and I'm really angry that Shonen Jump canceled that. So, let's just end the video before I say something else. Okay. That was the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you have a lovely, lovely month or week or whenever you see this. Yeah. Put down in the comments down below what you read this month, what you thought of the things that I read, and also think about hitting subscribe if you want to see more of this bearded face. Hit that like button if you like this video and like the content that I do. And yeah. Fucking hate that fucking dude. Anyways, hopefully you all stay safe out there. I'm going to be going to the Ren Fair. Yay. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully you have a lovely day. Stay safe out there. Keep cool. And read some manga. Bye.